Yep. Yep. This is my favorite part. This is my favorite part. This is my favorite part. Once obi a wakwantu no obi a Ghana no. Two different cultures.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes yeah, you see ebia if you are careless or they are not accountable, they are not this, they are not that. Now you are used to a certain system. Oh baby, oh no. Also, Nema move in a different way. So you need to do it, or you need to operate in the system that they understand. And unti wako start business be oh no, I'm saying I start in the first year no unim nya but a corner maybe it's different. So the way you are used to things going, maybe you might not even go to the bank. You can it's cashless transaction. So ebia Ghana so call business be bank could deal like bear one still on sika. All those things sometimes you might feel like say it's making things move very slow. And I said I did you medina shan son but to was here is our expectation should be very realistic. Untimi mfa your expectation in the country that you are in diaspora no, to compare directly to your expectation in Ghana. And I say in any African country or there will be an sort system that says so this Ghana no crano. So what the Jumedi should be in Sakra on Koya. The processes that you will go through, open register BB crano. The processes that you will go through, maybe a hands to fear the comfort of your home, you'll be able to what? You'll be able to what?
It's a company, yeah, without
You'll
going
be able to
anywhere.
do it. It's very easy. We make an analogy be. No one say, oh, I have say now. So you are used to a certain way of life. And honestly, they are used to a certain way of life. But then, okay, BB say BBC am I fan share or more movie no kwasa on na hweso ye na egu ye. You had a role to play. You have to teach them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we really have to teach them the results that we are expecting. We need to teach the people. We need to train them. And I know been Mr. Bean and uti amount for testimonial. As first na say nisi me me niema na basa but me nya the proper training, you know. Me niema e the assistant. You realize a lot of people they need training. There was one lady Uncle Fred Koye on in the ejuma. But
Yeah.
unya no mabotre.
Yeah.
It was your sorry. So ejuma oh no say but gradually no the lady has now found a perfect balance between asori and ejuma. One kotiatiano. One fase ebia me one say ne man me coin and it has to work that way. No, that is not a realistic expectation. You need to learn from the people. Now, if the results now open, you need to teach the people, take them through training. In kakran, they will make errors. Some of it may be very catastrophic, but in kakran, you will find that ready. But oko senior kind, so being gidi na, you will end up being frustrated. Sometimes people back home, excuse you to say, genuinely, na ebi abibu or muya or munim senior and you. That is all we need to understand. So our expectations, whether it is business, whether it is project, will be amount. But let's set realistic expectation. Now, so say if it is a seminar, all these things, recommend. So the right training. The right training will give them the right mindset, and then gradually, the expected results will also come naturally.
Yeah. You see, here I can just pick this phone. Check. I know say minim say be Ghana here. Minya checker. I can just scan it.
Yeah.
My bank. I don't have to go to the bank. Minim say be as no so Ghana. Minim some more different systems, right? It same fan say my business we not check number. Now besides so their bank. Now was so nyamfo anko. Hey, they be a buafu. Example na me make it. Ebia or here Juma kakra 21. But here no maskane eko. Music be go my council. Hey, different. And yet the same. As I'm talking right now, the boys be a many or more the guy back home. I was here we be mommy online communication. By in the AC, do so to me. Frame we was actually because of Sanya money. A buon ma first of all Krabu Ghana for no on krana on can't see because no what or no friend on fire because we want can't me or can I'm smart bus oh yeah because of electricity. Sometimes we walk a whole crow chantro, the Kremika Sax will be old Nippon crow chantro. Yet said in kind of say who say ye 2 nino. Yana 14 year back with free nina. A free nina. And expectations, no, so now communicate ya and yet the same. Because when I'm north, now when I'm south, it's different. It's not going to be the same.
Right.
It's not going to be the same. It, to say they kind of that communications, so when I want to business, no buy, and I would buy when I would that vision. Moment the vision, I say, the baby, I'm person could do the awesome see, and who eliminated those frustrations, Miss Sanya man. And who here, because they be not to say they kind of, we more you slow, we more you see. Yeah, the system is different, and yet the same way. Yes, obey frustrating for nothing. Your share number 6. Many locals focus only on taking money, but not building real business partnerships that benefit both sides. Yes. I just that make us say video can just say what father now must see me one no try or the kwakwaye. True, it go back to where a man fee say intentionally we are intentionally no onye na adwin say ade no obi ono akra na kofa business bi aba no onye na adwin so wo ye. I'm say last week na make a story be about how obi ni nua wona ne business or the car to car back open the no guy na twika na se de bia na problem no just aka ho no just we what car back open house no dey aye investment on here dey be see ayi at be aye your friend is saying rental car rental or the so car rentals oh that means car back open house so de bia or just say free no say car na nye say car so bo adwuma kama e de bia sisi dan ni ade nyina. It's intentionally man for home yes but me feel say nipa ho yes no and also and that said you kind no nipa be also a e wo say we say e krono no obo no so bo feel say eno de enye krono obo yeah to be honest you be make example crowd we krum ha ya cry we obo feel say obi gay de e bone so me kan oti asori dem obo mpa so no clock in office and de enye bone uko kan be ma explanation sisi a oti asori dem sisi oni obi nkasa office and de enye bone na mu de oye gay no de no ye bone yeah generally bo wiaw ba obi okra na office say we de onipa no sika na me wia na enye hwe etina de bia me ka say momonti ase de ekoso chechirum de ekoso because ye mu bebri hono ma enim say ya adwen nye ya adwen say sika na ye adwuma ye tue kakra no ene ma ye yi o ifi say ye twe sika kese bi fra bi osofo bi bo bompa ya mansa yitimi ayi nti we kakra no kra de we de office won hye dem wiaw yes, it's true. There are some people who are intentionally more yes, the one person would build the baby, and person will build the colony or crowd, or you are father no, and he different thing cry. A baby also, sir, it part of what you was because very frustrating. When him say, be the car alarm clock, and yeah, they sorry. 4 a.m. they be sorry. That's no crass up on a month for them, no coba. So a power, a bit be behind a whole lot of stories. If you crowd drive, so just old driver see ya, who put the sack okra, so with the bay 80 years. No kwejuma, but na dear kwebu sometimes also kwejuma to is not taught so all this process now that's kind of come be so funny with nani pano just say on fine the also the crana. Yes, I'm off for bufu. Or no the yet the benefiting home to say you asem na making, sad and the frustration and the division and the so many things about family no cry you know some can say on so I'm say one of my many papa mun na just certain time or because of and my so intimi and any some papa be can tell and you na you and so almost crash of fadi 100 be an kebeko e be cry say enko bi yet both sides or say one more because sometimes no so sad nyama na one ma wo ji ade na wo ye ni ya ka obetimi kra the more money aba motimi ya adum ya mana benefit the whole family amana mafa nkofo ko adwuma mu ama nipa wi benefit ya free ya yen dream ansa na yesa ne man me nko a me ho no It doesn't help. We need that partnership because almost big companies like a CA and most of them, you need to yes, our partnership. This animal, they decided to buy.
Yep. Yes. Seems idea about and then I feel like you've made a very perfect example. As a diaspora, mostly, yeah, unrealistic expectation. To say now, okay, the system here and then the system in Ghana or Africa, and two different systems. The way I would dream is say, say be Ebianca or Ghana, Ebianca our dreams are. Ebina now can say because of news you had a certain expectation. Oh, now we try results be, but and the fault it's nothing of his doing. Emanate me and so So we should not underestimate the challenges on the ground. What the BB should be so on so nipa ni now the addition is so on ya. Expect that things are not going to go on smoothly, sir. Send the kind of ha offer of or check where can I Ghana ABN nti sa ebi wɔ kora check na nipa ndi ama no kwa do kwa bɛba ho sɛ onimpa nso so but ɛso ɛyɛ den unya no ho abotre. So these are some of the challenges ɛyɛ den ɛwɔ ABA han say you are known to the fact that people are time conscious. You can't say back when people are not time conscious, but you know in African man time, Ghana man time.
You cry, what cry, the story is that time, look as I age.
It is a analogy near the age. Sani mani nyina na eso unya omo abote dan mi zo ben ka se mo se obu ha na oni dental show no se oni obi ye adwuma on pa kono nyom yo adwuma no nia ono free ha okọ Ghana ne de nsuo to dan pa ba adwuma ba Ghana for nsuo to no ma anye den o ma they didn't show up. Some of them will not even call you. So I say, and the ever so could be business, BB says, and only says no talk right now. So, yeah, but honey, so toy no, but we have to understand the challenges. We need to understand that there are two different systems. Ahano, insurto ABA means of transportation, and it's very reliable. So, but ABA hono, ABA trust no de bano cry, insurto cra, kai macro. So we need to also put ourselves in their shoes sometimes, that there are challenges. There's reality on the ground. We put ourselves in their shoes, and also again unrealistic expectation. And not team be an idea near the ebano. And it's now who can say, oh baby, please have some fair knowledge about what you are trying to do. Know the culture and the system that you are trying to do the thing. Send a bear BBC crana any day. And until honestly, idea about what I say a tree dream a day. There are challenges on the ground from both sides. I one we see the way we see things, we assume that things are like that in Ghana, or things must be like that in Ghana. Obet me Okoban yes network article. But I don't remember the last time I forgot Fuko baby I say the network article. So all these are certain minute challenges that you will face.
And apart from that, sometimes they are natural things they have no control over. I quite remember say in your platforms so we see and hear those stories about how Amafo go into farming is doing so well. There was a time a guy be the pictures but to honum no say kasi nipa no ne business no hu ne da na wo hwɛ eburu ne banche ne ade a wo twa ne ade a osimi nuanom me ne ye business me hu ne da. You see, look at yɛhwɛ saa de na wofi sɛ ayɛ wɔ abrokyɛ expectation bɛ ne ɛwɔ ɔsi ani obi so kɔyɛ business ɛyɛ the same thing. One, baabi a na nipa no location wɔ koraa no a wɔn twa saa de wonim ebia no wɔ atable mu hɔ baabi ɛhɔ 24/7 na nsuo tɔ woso ɔkɔfa deɛ ne obi akɔhyɛ ɔfɛn so mo yɛ the whole year nsuo atɔ. Last year was the last year farmers in your challenges wow nsuo atɔ oh media about go through the same process. Now, you see, expectations, we have to understand. Say, and yet the same, and yes, even locations look like the same. Say, farming how we are. Aha, it's what to high so and to hano. and when you but because or no be buy or no because say oh nipa na trust me yes and there is association the same. So those things no sometimes we share ye.
Yes.
And also at the same time I say yeah paper to so ni man cool deep a church says sometimes you must say happen. You know sometimes you be also back home so or junior man more.
Yeah,
Now
I
what they
agree
cry to me
also. Yeah.
yeah. You know, there was about incident about one, Nipan Crasa, what J. Juman also their move for ye. Sanko from Crowmuni, your community, to Mukum send a near city womb, the truth, Nessa, no moon names had no. Oh, it in a year was such money person Tias say, yes, a Diana, a Yina Quakudian, yeah. Sometimes you want my face issues. You need irrigation system or Hanma in Santocre be a bay you or had be irrigation, want to know in Santocrana, okay. Saa nneɛma nyinaa wɔ sɛ ɛbɛn tam kɛse sɛ yɛba pepa tɔ so na nte aseɛ bɛm na akɔyɛ sɛ oh wei deɛ me nua adɛ na wɔsi ɛsɛn pepa oh wei deɛ ebi a bo sɛ saa nneɛma nyinaa saa challenges nketenkete na yɛbɛyi afiri mu na ama saa unrealistic expectations no so yɛyi afiri hɔnom because te sɛ deɛ meka saa nneɛma nyinaa no ɛyɛ a na ɛha adwen papapapapa you know ɛma yɛ number 80 fail projects you know ɛma amanfoɔ mistrust yɛntumi mfa sika mma fie ma mɛyɛ adwuma ɛma yɛ kuro no nkɔ so sɛ deɛ meka no because yɛadwe nyinaa ne sɛ yɛmu bebree hɔnom a yɛ mentality na change sɛ sɛ wɔ sɛ yɛbɛserve yɛ community wɔ sɛ yɛbɛserve yɛ country wɔ sɛ yɛbɛserve ɛti sɛ biribi ne yɛbɛyɛ wɔ fie a ɛyɛ service ne yɛde ba ɛnyɛ sɛ yɛba bɛboa kuro no yɛbɛserve after all yɛdua no afiri hɔnom how ɛkɔ so ne ade nyinaa ɛnyɛ ɔmo na ɛbrɛ mu ɛti sɛ woba sɛ afe na wo so koraa wobɛgu tru sɛ nti ɛyɛ service ne yɛde ba but if all these things are happening and like I said it's not one side ɛyɛ nyinaa menya vision a mekɔ no a me ma mede business ne kɔ no mankyerɛ mu mu mama ɔmo ante aseɛ ɛwɔ sɛ ɔmo te ase sɛ this is the situation wei na wɔse yɛyɛ na all the time I meka about orientation you know wokɔ yɛba western world hanom a hey sɛ McDonald's koraa na akɔ akɔyɛ a ɛhɔ koraa na yɛmfa sɛ ɛnyɛ den koraa no wokɔyɛ orientation why do you think sɛ wokɔ orientation no also know the culture in that company it is deɛ na wo na wodi saa business ne kɔ no deɛ na wo create culture bɛ na apɛ sɛ yɛ sɛ na wo sɛ yɛ a wo amfa saa de na nkɔ na wo expect sɛ ɔmo so ɔmo yɛ magicians ɔmo hu deɛ wopɛ sɛ ɔmo yɛ ɛwɔ sɛ yɛtumi sua saa de na ɛwɔ sɛ yɛtumi go through saa process no sɛ wo ɛna bi wɔ koraa na most of the time koraa yɛ a deɛ me koraa yɛ a ɛtaa yɛ ma yi koraa no yɛ and these are all my experience 5 to 9 na meyɛ me sɛ mekɔ akɔyɛ business wɔ Ghana and I'm calling business. First of all, me business nibi. I don't know anything about the business. Dipa na me de kwa sa business, no nim sa business no. Eso yes ye business. At the same time, you cruise card ya kwa shim. Yes, I expect more. Nipa na anye ni ye. We see ay we di misika gigi na say afi Ghana de me ni omo ye wie. Nti afi ska bi anko biem. Ye trust you omo biem because projects na fail. Meanwhile, you homework. First of all, business, dear knowledge in your farm. You know, they make go on my be can be about finance. So, oh, maybe I'm saying no, we a medical doctor. I don't just so who be about finance, but just the basics kakradi also, who the basics kakradi also. What do you mention? Oh, a lawyer, you don't have to know everything, but the nisu kakradi also. Asa. Pen dear kakra or dear now business na kway dear nim dear kra na kway fail business fail projects no you funny na show mo we are part of it like I said I'm talking from my experience and I'm telling some dreams oh say me kwakwe sa business kra na me nimu na be me kan say African advantage me be many was hard no yeah African advantage in tell be me say obi anto say because it's very simple be hu nyama be bibi nyama ni so and ma me hu sa hard no so first of all you must say that ha and I say what Western world or your business. We are I don't think it's about 0.5 crowd your business. Then you know yeah juma back and forth. And so you call you feed you call Ghana they say your business. Business is what you need be that. You say kukus kakra. I don't even start take a kakra near ko. It mean you would team na say if you've gone through this process and into go for Ghana for near year chance na dream. Let's say me business na me kwakwa na sɛ na me te ase fa sɛ na nipa na me ne kwakwa business sɛ na ma ne te ase fa and as I say, you try see yes, I don't know, your orientation. So business now near year, a bit more is that orientation. You better prepare. Yeah, more go through because say they make a nipa no magician. Oh, the vision now the ban. So, who the culture map say see koso. We have to go through that. What here? It is what Hannah's also the only Ghana any business be more because of past experience. Be a reconsider. Na dream who ye because everything that you could be an a boy back. Because after all, you see, crap, quick crap me who say, yeah, no, Western world, you know, Mamma, see, they will see a go back. If you need a mom cry, a woman cry, I'll see a go. Anyway, because see a go back. Yes, you shouldn't shy away from all this because of this. And I can guarantee most people have gone through this process, which I'm number one. Say Ghana party, business party, and coming here. So now people are going back doing business because of we realize our mistakes. Say it wasn't the project didn't fail because it will be Diusika. The project didn't fail because I say smart. It didn't fail because is slow. No, it's because I did not do my homework. And as a leader, no, seminar me lead maybe be a course now. I should be the number one to know at least a little bit of something about the business before say because it's entirely on my fault. You, the back steps on you. Who I will start here and failure. To reconsider the call back. The call back. Now they track a crack. At least the big bin episode ya and physically be break. A crab in a facushim. Nemo Montiasi the episode ye. Now if it's a near man change ya, you'll be surprised in your best start change because of what Matias because I'll say this again. You must be brew on ma or Ghana. And you almost say nim say adwuma na wo ye na sika na pay na wo de man no na be na you no I had say ofi say osofi ba be bompa ya man ama sika bi kase bi free straba and na say de wo ye de beto to bibi di atel say miracle be help am otimi free kron akwa abrochire it is only say nipa bi say ye adwuma ofi say say na be ye on fa niam serious ba of mo tiase ene sa niam na it change niam be bre change yeah you know me guy back one you know maybe not so cotton assassin because I don't know cotton assassin young guy why you know looking at this 21 we school fresh we I don't know cotton assassin DNA you know on what trans say no mentor actually yes I don't want to but this could be a bit for no adwuma na akokɔ adwuma ba so ade also yɛ no per 3 hours 2 hours and san wada and my pressure constantly yɛn sa for 6 months for about 3 months cry ɛkyɛ ɔno afrɛ mo sɛ ampa sika kakra onye bi ɔde kakra to ɔsa na ɔtumi asave a lot ɔno akora na ɛwɔ sika ɔtumi asave because kakra bi ɔde n'ani to fam a nneɛma change you know ti yɛ mu bebree ɔno ɔmo nim sɛ saa adwuma na ne deɛ n'adwene ne sɛ Ghana nyɛ nti ɔso ofiri kuro nti sɛ ɔnim sɛ nipa ne yɛ adwuma sɛ na ofisi so na one man training bia one man go through orientation one man go through process bia na de ade na kwa question nsa nipa no pekɔ aduane afiri kuro no o pekɔ afiri kuro no you know it is always a situation bi na sɛ wɔsi Ghana de nyɛ ya reconsider let's start to be small na nipa na abɛyɛ o so yɛ yi na ɛne nim go sɛ poultry farm na abɛyɛ a hey obi nya nkrofo mo these days cry there because of YouTube there are so many things I'll be to around and yes akra me de nsi fiamu obi no nkyerɛ kakra bi enye match one class bi mo akɔ matiase o ma nipa na oni o mo kwakɔ yɛ de nso akɔ bi o mu nyina atiase then you start from there yeah then I was here
Absolutely.
yeah
Yep. Number 9. Wow. Emotions na bi na the eba say oh fie obi di dwumadi e hye onsa na oh one farmer akakra na yi na so there's now then oboa you don't give real accountability you take be ya no penny o me na ko kan say honesty is your capital. Honesty is your capital. Say the dwumadi e hye onsa na odi hu dwuma yi a recommendation de be ma na bi adwuma a benya bi mu ebe so kra chen ne awo ye sese no so because e bi anipa no kan ya na odi aba o kan ya na odi aba o kan na odi aba nti no wafanya ansa kwan so den e de bi kra kan na say adwuma no kra de ama kra no you are not doing it you are always asking for money without offering real accountability. You can say my account of what is going on, not all to papa so yes, I na team bian and mat no credit any the annual. And send the kaka, if trust is broken, I don't know, but if trust is broken, it's very hard to repair. When trust is broken, it's very, 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 very hard to repair. Yen kasi nyuan me ofi 19 word no say Sam. Ebi fa nyansa kwan bi so. Obu okra ni nua kra na eyi bibi of abafi. Otimi ne omo si dan anase bi a omo hwe na afu, omo ye ne project bi ma no ekra ye baako. Ono ani ni ono anu ofo ono ani papa.
Yeah.
Omo atwene di. So, edu se be ma account anase edu se sika na ede ma no de eden a na afi aye kwasa oko cancel a na ni bua eden.
Because I can say
Most people na oko kan ya ni bu be den ni bu be I'm sure say ebia enye ya obi wo ha otie ya you might have faced that issue and it otie ya say if you are in that situation and as yes ade ababe you suban ya e pamunipa if you are not able to give real accountability if you are not able to yeah the idea shows how untimi endi hu no kre untimi enhwe so yi a e pamunipa ye den every ho and one thing I think be e can say adwuma o ye no eno na ehwe wo adwuma o ye na ne be ma obibi adi so if you are not faithful if you are not accountable if you are not reliable or honest about the things that you do to say meeting here e da member no I will let you know say bia menye dem member it's the same thing ti nipa ne de ade ne emma unim say e bia di mean deliver in the next 3 months and koka say in the next 3 months meet me ayeden e deliver na nipa na pages kan dey abro 1 year aba 2 years aba na untimi ye adwuma no kra 1/3 o yes na it diminishes the enthusiasm of the diaspora now no person ayeden or baby bi ofie nipa we brave free hand me say even the African Americans some of them have gone some of them had a very bitter experience.
Yes.
Omo ye do omo hia ba kokra se ono ni fie say 100 cedis no de beto wa obeba no na atwem 50. 500 cedis obeba na atwem 100. Ono oso no nim say ebia ne ono ne adwuma na efa but ohun ni say ebia come na den no anase bibi sanchi na offer. But then he realized that no, I'm paying this person. So then of them maybe the next time he or she is going to take my gold or my jewelry. I know yeah then also no he hires slowly and then he fires quickly. He hires slowly, but he fires what? Quickly. And it's no credit, your best no credit, yo nipa be bra more be na platform so no credit into obi hu ni that. But they've been able to move hundreds of thousands Ghana cedis de ayi nyuma bebree a ebie apono bebree ayɛ ama omo timi ye niema bebree and nti nso ma ho kwan a you be able to do that and all these things they cancel training ni nyina ye training na penim de na hu say honesty ehon de em de pa honesty is your capital and nipa bia benya ho asema ka me yenya asem papa enye den enkamfa ho.
Yep, honesty is the capital. It's your capital, indeed. Especially, everywhere, honesty is capital. But especially if you live in a society whereby it's so hard to come by capital, cash, to go do business, to go do some stuff, it becomes extraordinarily important. So, be my honesty. I was a part of you. Because a situation is different. You need bank beer. You could drop a business plan near the arena and shame the amount. What the honest obedience said, because of Shima, Nipa be with his stories. I talk to people, so many people on paradigm shift. What your story, almost and they were very honest. It's a point be a amount for supply money for free. Omokoton asan omo diskanaba. Omokoton asan ehon na afi niam bu se niam start bibi mu akese ma ho. But I see we are in a society whereby say sometimes you feel so you're smart when you're trying to choose somebody on those things now. But meanwhile, that society, so remember, say, untimi nko bank nko gio. Even maybe cry a bank, if you be credit any those things, no, the same way. Because when to me and Pia, amount 1,000 went to me and Pia, a very amount 10,000 a bit. It was a 1,000 craft and farm be. But when you need a system, when the individuals now, when you dealing back and forth now, any institution be a baby only way I will see it near the Yama to pass one Sunday who say you city with the Omani Omoko back and forth now and a bit me up wow, I was saddening. Now if Buomo, we are near my name Koswa because they said they kind as oh yeah, echo could be the point to be no, Ubepim. And here, dear, a very important. Say, oh, Bray boy, na say, oh, boss, abrano. That's one facade na come one. Now, if you say, oh, the smart, na be bia, be the different way, na ika crowd, say, I say, oh, the smarter. The guy is, I say, oh, the taka. What's the eventual? Who's that? That a very baby, okay. It will say, making sure, say, a kind home, baby, it might not be smooth. Because all kind of credit, a first year, second year credit, be an element to buy. I'm for sure. I'm for whom you'll be surprised all of a sudden. Aqua with the within crepa, when you're Virginia man cotton. Because ye kasa see you one near good them see ya when you be a cobabe to a man. And so because of your own trust and conforming kind of creating. And as will be crying, you'll be letting me recommend you. Maybe a friend say, he would can say, I'm for friend teams and say, you was cow.
Yeah.
Just mention name keke. That means people are ready to go in partnership, go into business with people, but they don't have that trust. They don't. The last one, your trust success only comes when both sides see each other as partners, not sponsors or bosses. Yes. See, you can provide all the money. I remember saying, I'll go back to that vision. Also, one moment, they are not magicians. They won't see what is going on. Some can say the orientation is starting. You can create something small. Our mom every month, every 3 months, I'm go through that process now. Now one quotidian said the you know, even though no when I order more crab and crana, will be a look at said you want a position or be a juma kama. Because we are fan of that, especially if you see any crabby idea, if you say 40 if it's space cry, I said to quite a crack crady. And I won't smart crowd away a door. You see, no. Any say money, yes, sir. Didn't maybe to be a tumpon. So, beginning, I saw an make about Michael Yabua. Also, call you to say one. That's what they prove into a free one of my friends. Oh, boss. When you win a cost to see you first cabran on call for a year or two. No, over 6 months, no young call. There's no critical source of income. It's the same. No, Burkina. There's no critical source of income. Oh, I be a cost of come and who is sick or who be beer. It's okay. Kaya. I can guarantee you, especially if you're Brichino or business nebegu, you can be all straight. I'll be to you can do everything. But so you won't say, and we would do business in Enkoso. And I didn't know to say, Obet your system nasi. That system no and you're the same. And you're different. I quite remember so what there was a time be na co-register company. Na say Satan pursue to register company. You need say a friends or the company we know just so year juma. Now to your taxes. Say God so the our for company who do your taxes. Say any part of the register company ma ho no. Ono fa de na the box. And or your tax the be amaya or GS cast why your tax or yama say oh no na yi be amaya. The winning about one time you kwakoji a DB. You should share your documents na you need system.
Wow.
You need system. Share James and the power could catch us. Them so frack or not on vacation. On the kind and them say, or pay way be no way no team be no share the box no answer. And come my the next day no buy answer. And bisa answer or catch say, Charlie, I don't know, I demand say a connection when ye into the tax no. Or more just can go moto.
Wow.
Yeah. Make us say good. But also tears a system to be one more. You know, yeah, this is now can. You know, I can sit here, you know, can say can be a company online. What me are you idea? The answer the right information, you don't have to walk there. But it be online. They say, if you walk to those places, they charge you extra. You do online,
Yeah.
charge
I'm gonna charge over it. Yeah.
What for see online? The systems are different. It is slow. And like I said, I may sponsor no more be who said just I say did you my term this money na esa niaman enkoso business na enkoso by any said you can earlier on you want to go back and serve finish here
All right. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And then yeah, can be brave. I say you say yeah, a baby free teach you Ghana free. Or mine the yeah my yeah the biako yeah be den e be amanzbanas brew and the boss anyum no. And no credit say di dwuma bia na say let's put our tribal differences aside. Na yɛn nyinaa mbom as nipa baako na yɛnyɛ den yɛn build yɛ man whether we are back home or whether nneɛma a yɛka ɛnyɛ ɔmo fi nko obi wɔ hɔ a ɔmo akwantu oni ne bibi kura saa suban na sɛbi ebi a yɛka sɛ efiefo yɛ no ɔyɛ bi wɔ ha. That is the truth. Obi wɔ kora ne no wɔ ha ɔgye sika kora ɔntua ɔgye ɔbɔ bisua ɔntua so nneɛma wei nyinaa ne yɛ adeɛ a senior for Befican, no, addition. Now, so we should subject ourselves to training because we really need to work on our mindset. And now, what would come by there can be for the actions of Kwame Nkrumah, and then we also talk about 1963, the speech of Mao, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Nehemiah Kai, Bibia can be a issue, Bibia Kai be a the issue more until before Ghana for Yenfa no credit. Yɛfa biako yɛ ɛnyɛ den ɛnante sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ ebitumi aka yɛn ho ayɛ den abom ne aboa yɛn ho to build projects together to do businesses together. If you look at all these big corporations, what Walmart, AT&T, Tesla, all these big corporations. Yes, you might see only one person on your front line, no, but behind closed doors, no. Anybody bring na call my dream boom. I'll met me I am managing a do baby a den no. But one thing that is always paramount among them is honesty. One thing that is always paramount among them is what? Honesty. And then the willingness to be transparent. Even though we are discussing and I've learned a lot today.
Yeah, true. You see all these companies, big companies now, say they all hey, when you go back, Bill Gates, no partner. No more partners are. Wotim sɛ ɔmo ne ɔmo ɛna ɛyɛ na ɔmo bɛɛ nso no wohwɛ koraa no a ɔmo yɛ biribi awie a the architect of it and the most adwuma no ɛwɔ down nkurɔfoɔ na ɛyɛ.
Yes.
But they had a trust for them. They had your friend saying transparency a biribi ɛkɔ so. But mefi sɛ adeɛ ɛbɛtumi aboa yɛn no sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ yɛde pepa to nneɛma so. Yɛn gyae wei yɛ me nua no, wei yɛ me papa, wei yɛ me maame no. Ne yɛmfa bia nto so nneɛma ɛnyɛ clear. He said sometimes and yes say trust and now be no clarity because if you crowd no be business one fashion so na be a no crowd free mu na be a ne be o crowd ne man crowd o mutirim say e be a bibia crowd o papa dia which is see be it clarity e ade ho hia I will see making sure say everything is clear communication bibia yensua saade no ne papers and two businesses so if a person and two your partnership bibia na bitimi a change bema nneɛma yɛ na akoso still person wɔ hɔ na sɛ wɔkɔ also kɔ ɛdeɛ wɔyɛ na sɛ wɔyɛ okay
yeah me kwa akɔtoa so
yo ɛne yo kɔtoa so na me finish here me ma yɛ insurance bɛka bi kakra about risk na ɛfiri hɔ
sure no
yo yɛnua your friend say Kwesi no Kwesi your friend say talk or Facebook
Come
ubenya
talks. Yeah.
Kwesi can come talk or Facebook ubenya no oya de kyerɛ nneɛma bebree ti follow no no yo and then yɛbɛka biribi kakra afa your friends de bia meka about how we have some few risk I also normalizing no and say yɛma ɛboro so risk sɛ ɛbɛma nneɛma atoto yi ama yɛ sɛ wo build world na yɛ ade a last year si na every program bi a metaa kasa asɛ no sɛ ɛbɛsi aboa yɛn when you talk of risk we're talking of insurance we have auto insurance, we have home insurance, we have life insurance, we have disability, long and short-term disabilities, all those things. No, and you be any say money pay cry, any say my panel, and then see can be to a before na the free her. Insurance when you are building world, and I saw start to say, try so build the water. It me wow, and ultimate build the world. Obi say any say. Or build the water. And I say the whole thing about insurance, they say, wo de sebi assemble to na de ho akoto company bi so no mo in exchange no sebi o metimi ayesa ade na ma no in the future BBC you pay a small fee and I say a premium metimi spread na ma monthly or quarterly or half a yearly or whatever or yearly nti senior arrangement is here na besi atua no. Now there are few ones we can't go without them. I will say all the time we have that thing. Bit me boy all the time. One, a health insurance. The entire me put to one they say your health is not good. Be bien wow yeah on crabeto because in na be ape say na pumbe din wait me adi akwakoye. Sky you know pe wapum kranya dia upiska no de kwakoye de. Into health insurance especially what baby this America baby health insurance boy den papa so we need be na hospital one here oba ka baako ehwe oma bankruptcy so file bankruptcies bibria idea most of them no a health bill and a medical bill and I think pile up ama omutimi edi omakakudru bankruptcies yenka wo Ghana wo here health to make sure say health insurance yes in the city bia no say money insurance the system be a wo bia no sure say wo de ho ahyema when a bus was so kwaje ho yare a asem to wo yare semu a ne wo obusua that side there was some take care of it yes in say bi mo hono ma office say oh so obi timi say me e bia 10 years ni me go hospital that risky at least yearly also timi ko check ho yearly and found say we 20 years and answer we 80 years health insurance and I say the process no found baby a will be at a deal be and say UK money added there or the say a force will be will be and no cry no be was immediate cost for that also team check yearly and I say oh baby any free now so it might be sometimes with situation among when but for crime business because say we could shim a cow better no me into health insurance be number 2 a auto insurance car insurance auto insurance bibi so aboa at say me kan no car akunya accident sia na na ye wo fault I was say be out 20 pan car na man 50,000 and 20,000 I was say ni pan ko hospital be 50 whatever e be gigi ni bia no enti na wo to anyway but we say ye tiase so ade ba ko say tiase pa no say insurance ni bibi bia esi ansa na yato I was so wo bi ansa na esi into wohia that insurance means we dey come on obi ate ase o say unya ansa na esi ya na do fi say or train na esi na odi mika koye enye yi into auto insurance but the good thing about auto insurance in the United States they say almost all the 50 states no compulsory into on the na for any problem because they are force ansa na o car no kwa register enti ba other places near there make sure so will be because animal reduce nkeka because what started so bob na nyama kra to yi ma wa na say accident asi na your fault na say be a 50,000 be na free ho whatever currency wo ma 20,000 ano dey ano de it make sure so will be about wow we say air for protection it protect you ultimately build the world because a BBC utia or your friend is saying wo all part also utia which usually no a small hey tibia would the say would the BB accident see utia 500 so accident in 500,000 crop me bokrana would be a 500 na utia then one the next one to say disability insurance, your short and long term. Mostly we adwuma will be most of the time ya no more long short term no a free. Long term it will be ya na adwuma mu deɛ no cheaper. A chain you better outside to share adwuma mu deɛ no cheaper no to be. Ya na ne bon share na nye de adwuma mu deɛ bu abe be $4 crap $5 and be bisa. Yes, because in case anything happen, disability short term maybe 6 months and they be a company now for you. Free hokono who will be able to be you might not get the whole amount of your income no crana only 70% a ye chance would have she and see BBA who will be yeah you will be more opt out when you make sure so that disability be short and long term and it's a bit me the next one a mortgage and also rental insurance mortgage insurance no so no in see we be on my to dan 400,000 500,000 300,000 you will be in this cano 99% in this cano e de kwakoto dan it usually no bank be any ho so be ma obelende that money na or ma make sure say we need insurance for that so it also know as the auto insurance we are also hooked for there e be more o meto bi amount here and I say e be for so amount to be most of the time, no, most people, let's say, be able to fear we now say, over a year to so, which I don't advise. Also, insurance for your mortgage. I bet me about because anything happens, and I die 500,000, that's a 500,000 echo. And see another one we'll see in here. These are insurance that you can go with them and make it canon. These are insurance are the uncle, especially we the age of from 21 all the way to 50. These 5 insurance will be here. The next one a rent, renting you are not hook. Also come home because the same process happen will be a what to feel. Will be about fee no better fear. So bit me see will be a could be fee no tefi no. Will be about apartment no better fear. Bit me see so the same. The same will be to me as you. It was also to be rented and quite cheap for $14 a month, $13 depending on the situation. The building now woman is insured by the property company. And as I say, if you know rent here, only the way insure. But your belongings in there are not insured. It will rent or rent will be insure. Couple of years ago, not couple, I think I could be a years but very wow. Be about 5 years or so. You know, a friend of mine, be the same thing insurance, more to be a one. Now, because of he said, yeah, insure building, it's true. Ubi dear happen or the app, I mean, sue fire tom by. It should be boon hon na yade and make a fan in yama. Guess what? Companies only insure building, but anyone they only insure a property, company, lucky. Emo catch and so also copy be the chroma money scrap so no fan hotel until lucky na sa we no rental insurance no one man baby die umutria sa ni say tria ne dem ni nyina man and these are some of the things insurance we say say can you to me obo ne bra come and scare cost come na ade imagine scan can be free no honum a free sa nyama we lose nyina ni these are some of the say them kind a protection for you to build world. The next one make ho asem omomanyini kakra no long term care and on long term care no say udi 60 up to 60 korea na board free 62 kono also to be na nursing home na those care no na board here na this time steady chest do 62 kono na no mo 10 here yes e bia here na sisia ba ma ne twem bebre na board so always can be out me to be a bit me aboa for sane man and only omo yen panyfo no by we younger. The last one make one some a health life insurance. So when you even 21, let's say you have a dependent will be depending on you. You need life insurance. Period. Period. You need life insurance. Why? Because you see, it's funny. When you start talking of insurance, are we talking of your debt? That means you won't be. Yeah. I know. Say, I really no insurance. The purposes of insurance, will pay a premium. No more help when it comes to BBSA. The life insurance, we're talking of your debt. Woko. Chimano be a number. How more depending on you until you need life. Then the life insurance will get them something all the way to Sebia or that's the standard of living and now the moment on binya. Until to insurance, life insurance, or 10 to 12 years of your income. And if you make, let's say if you make 50,000, you need between 500 to 600,000 life insurance. Why? Because that's exactly the money or the befi babeshe fee, and even if you are not there, why do we need that? All right. If they invest that money, it can get them the same amount. Because say if the stock exchange for the past 80 years, 100 years have given us about 10%, or we invested 600,000, that means every year they might get at least their 60,000. You can put the 10 back and use the 50. 50,000 now they be fee, even though when you want a bit more bonus fee, that is what they need at a time a bit more bomb now almost. Yes, sir. You will be brought my enemy. Niamasi nipa amanfo free ma the whole lot of situation eba ema omutimi nye de also moye life and anka pese wo mo pese omutimi live no because woni ho no wa life insurance etimi bo mo omutimi yesade no nti no we de no debate who dependent we have life insurance period. But if you don't have a dependent and are opening it to the time they don't depend on you, here or my 25, 28, or my money idea. So what episode the moment fine, but here, so they not every moment like because they don't depend on you. If you die, they are fine. Until here, so we continue paying life insurance for that. So what 10 to 12 years of your salary, and also you paying it down to years. I'll say be our last child will be that time or you dependent, won't depend on you. No at all. Say 20 years or 10 years or 30 years, so it depend on the time I'd better no. Now a period, now a free on. So these are insurance are we here. And I recommend so better term life because you are doing it for that period. You don't need it for anything. If you want to invest, just invest in regular stuff. I bet me I'm way away. These are the 5 insurance will be here, and some of the other ones are long-term care. There's another one, so a friend umbrella insurance. Umbrella insurance, and also no one should be a couple of hundreds a year. And no, just say example, there's a cap. If it's auto insurance, almost be an accident here, it be 50,000 for medical for be the other party. It be you know, these days there are a lot going on. There are so many things people can find out how your net worth and all that. Some lawyers bit me a financial if you worth more, apart from all that, bit says you personally, they will come after you. In this situation, if you have umbrella insurance can step in and cover those things for you. And I suggest to say if your net worth is going up more than 500,000 million, you might need that in case anything like that happen. Then you have the umbrella insurance. So these are insurance we here. I bet me more build the wealth. Yeah, sometimes you need a protection to be able to be because let's be honest, if you're trying to build wealth, now all these staffs are coming in back and forth. It's going to be tough for you to build wealth to a certain point. Yes, you need these insurance to help you to build wealth. Maybe what would be no stressing situation. Yeah. Especially life insurance. We need dependent. We need BBS. You don't need it. You don't need life insurance. Yeah, you don't need it. But I say, okay, so the movie are fine. But I say, technically, you don't need it. Yeah, because it's for your dependent. If you don't have dependent, I don't see the reason why. Also, and then it's a kind of one apart from your topic now, it can. And the topic, was very sensitive. In the end, say it was very, very sensitive. And in probably go through this process. But I hope see a sweet idea more they'll hold it back because they don't want to invest because of the experience. And now almost Ghana almost no nneɛma nkɔ so because deɛ obi ago that situation a ama nneɛma nyɛ nyinaa no in there was here rethinking and I see reconsider our decisions and go back na intimi ne mboa a nation mboa a community na mboa we are seeing Patrick Befi Sikasem. Make sure you spend wisely, save intentionally, and be generous. See you next week. Bye bye.